Hello everyone and welcome to our discussions on international relations. As here you can see its logo of International Criminal Court. So we'll be discussing today International Criminal Court. So let's take a brief introduction of International Criminal Court. This is part of our new syllabus of NTA NET Political Science. So it was established by Rome Statute of the International Criminal Court 1998 to prosecute and adjudicate individuals accused of crimes like genocide, war crimes, and crimes that have been against humanity. So it's a permanent judicial body on 1st July 2002, after the requisite number of countries, that are 60 in numbers, they ratified the agreement, and then only the court starts its sitting. It is based in Hague, Netherlands. It is headquartered there only. And the International Criminal Court, as I've said, established in 2002, it seeks to hold to account those guilty of the some of the world's most worst crimes, the heinous crimes, and it also deters would-be war criminals, it bolsters the rule of law, and it also offers justice to victims of atrocities. Now the question arises, why do we need such an organization or institution at international level? So when national courts fail to act to prosecute the most heinous kind of offenses or crime, these are available as last resort to appeal or go for. So it was established as a court of last resort to prosecute the most heinous offenses. Unlike the International Court of Justice that was there, which hears disputes between states, here International Court of Criminal Court handles prosecutions of individuals. So it extends its jurisdiction to offenses that had or has occurred after July 1, 2002. That's the establishment year of the International Criminal Court. So that were committed either in a state or states that has ratified the agreement or by a national of such a state. So this is the requirement, and if you see how it evolved, so after the Second World War, the elite power launched first international war crimes tribunal, that was known as Nuremberg trials, to prosecute top Nazi officials. So it was until 1990s that many governments that conflicted around the idea of permanent court that could hold perpetrators to account for the serious crimes. So ad hoc international criminal tribunals, these have been set up by United Nations to deal with war crimes, as you see in the former Yugoslavia and Rwanda. But many international law experts, they consider them inefficient and inadequate as a deterrent, and that is why International Criminal Court has been established, because of the inefficiency and the inadequacy of the institution that had been there. So it emerged as a deterrent. At the background, what was happening, we just saw. So Trinidad and Tobago, they requested UN Commission to look into the creation of a permanent court in 1989, a court where uh, disputes or crimes like this can be prosecuted. So in the following years only, efforts gain support, and especially you see in Africa and Europe. African countries, they make up the largest block of international criminal court members, and European Union is also a staunch supporter of the court. So it adopted a binding policy in support of the court in the year 2011. Here I am talking about European Union. European Union adopted binding policy in support of the ICC. ICC's founding treaty was adopted by UN General Assembly at a conference that was held in July 1998 in Rome. and after being ratified by more than 60 countries, the Rome Statute entered into force on July 1, 2002, and that is the establishment year. There are 122 countries party to the Rome Statute, and some 40 countries they have never signed this treaty, which includes China, Ethiopia, India, Indonesia, Iraq, North Korea, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey. And there are several other countries who have signed the statute but they have never ratified it. And these countries includes Egypt, Iran, Israel, Russia, Sudan, Syria, and the United States. So these countries have signed but they have not ratified it. So here you see I have put on a world map. These representing the member country of International Criminal Court. Those who are party to it, those who have signed but never ratified, and those who have never signed it. So dark gray you see are the countries who are party to the treaty, and earthy brown you see are the countries who have signed but have never ratified the treaty. And in dark brown are the countries who have not signed. They are the non-signatory countries, and in a note below, you see Burundi and Philippines. They joined the ICC but later withdrew. So, this is how the countries have been represented here in the map. You can refer it. Now, let's take up the multiple choice question part of today's discussion. And the first question reads: where is the headquarter of International Criminal Court? So the ICC, that is International Criminal Court, is based in The Hague, a city in the Netherlands, and the city also hosts many international institutions apart from this, and has field offices in several countries also. The court carries out its investigative work through the offices of the prosecutor. The next question reads: the number of judges in ICC is dash. So the court has 18 judges, and these are from different member country and are elected by the member states itself. It requires its member to seek a gender balanced bench, and judiciary must include representative of each of the United Nations 5 regions, and judges and prosecutors are elected to non-renewable 9-year terms. That means they cannot repeat their terms. So 9 year is itself a long term. Now third question is: the court has jurisdiction over how many categories of crime? So as mentioned at the start of the discussion only, that it has jurisdiction over 4 categories of crimes under international law. So genocide, that intent to destroy in whole or in part a national, ethnic, racial or religious group, that is genocide. War crimes, that means grave breaches of the law of war, which also includes Geneva Conventions, which prohibits torture and attacks on civilians such as hospitals or schools that should not be targeted. Crimes against humanity or violation committed as part of large scale attacks against civilian population. And that also includes murder, rape, imprisonment, slavery and torture. And the last one is the crimes of aggression or use of threat of armed force by a state against the territorial integrity, sovereignty or political independence of another state, or violation of the UN Charter. So these are the 4 categories of crimes under international law that comes under jurisdiction of International Criminal Court. Now the next question is: who contributes to the fund of ICC, from where it manages its funds we are talking here. So the funding comes from member states, and these contributions are determined by the same method the United Nations used to assess dues, which roughly corresponds to the size of each member's economy. So a member economy, that means economy of a member state, also matters here, and the largest contribution in 2017 you see came from Japan, Germany, France and United Kingdom. So this is how the funding gets managed in ICC. The next and the last question for today's discussion is: which among the following forms the structure of International Criminal Court. So all here are the structures of International Criminal Court. It has four principal organs that includes presidency, judicial divisions, the office of the prosecutor and the registry. So president is most senior judge. It's chosen by his or her peers in the judicial division, which bears cases before the court. And the office of the prosecutor is headed by prosecutor who investigates crime and initiates proceeding before the judicial division. The registry is headed by registrar, and he is the one who is charged with managing all the administrative functions of the International Criminal Court, including those that happens in headquarters and the detention unit and also the public defense office. Thank you.